Hey, everybody, welcome to another great Thrasher Opera House Presents podcast. So happy to be joined by Adam and Josh from the Empty Pockets. Gents, how you doing today?
Great, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, we're so excited to have you guys here on December the 5th, Thursday night. I was going back through our
Woo.
records last time you were here, December 16th, 2017.
Well, time flies.
Yeah, so it's been a few years. So up to date, what's going on with the Empty Pockets? Let's talk a little bit about that, and then we'll get a little bit more into the Mistletoe show.
Wow, we have done a lot since 2017. The first thing that occurs to me, I guess we've done two England tours since then. That's been fun. And we've released quite a bit of holiday music where we're going to bring an original holiday song that we hadn't written back then, which I'm really enjoying, called Party at the North Pole, which really
Wow.
celebrates, we're the Empty Pockets, so we're a pro-worker band, really celebrates the elves and the reindeer who get to take a day off after Christmas.
I
So,
think I think retail workers probably feel that too.
yeah, indeed. Right. Retail workers certainly feel that. So we'll be bringing that and other awesome music on the 5th to back to Thrasher 2017, man. It's been a while.
Man, a lot has gone on in the world since then, no doubt about that. Let's talk a little bit about the band, The Empty Pockets. So established in the area here, and you guys have been putting the time and the work in and just crushing it.
Thanks. Yeah. Putting the time and the work in, it sounds about right. I think what are we're doing about 100 shows a year, Josh, I think.
Yeah, especially over the last 3 years, I think something just combination of things happened because of COVID, shutting everything down for you guys, for us, for all live performance. And like a band like us, I don't know, for better or for worse, we got the replays of stuff that got canceled for COVID, but also sort of the everything coming back at the same time. And so we've played over the last 3 years more than I've ever played.
Yeah.
Probably my busiest 3 year period in my career.
Yeah.
That's so great. So the Mistletoe show, talk about the concept of this, how this come together.
We like to say it's a reasonable, perfectly reasonable amount of holiday music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like anyone, I feel like we all you like Christmas music to a point, but we don't want to necessarily present this as it's all holiday music all the time or whatever. We're gonna put our kind of bluesy spin on a couple classics, but mostly it's a blues rock show. So the Mistletoe's name is slightly irreverent, slightly jokey, which is kind of us, kind of our band.
Yeah. And we have I don't like a show of all holiday music like a Christmas special on ABC. So this is a little bit, and a lot of our holiday music, because we're Midwesterners, and Adam, even though Adam's a adopted Midwesterner, he grew up in Connecticut, but the rest of the band grew up in the Midwest, and we're doing a lot of our shows in the Midwest. We get a lot of snow, so we have quite a few songs that really focus on snow.
Right.
Well, thankfully, so far we're snow-free here in this area, but it may be coming by the
Yeah.
time the show gets underway. So we maybe hope for some of that as well too. But you talked about those tour dates, and you guys, just grinding on that stuff quite a bit. Talk about the fun of the road and that's really what it's all about, man, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird because we got introduced to this concept. I'd never heard it before on our one of our tours. A tour manager across the pond introduced us to this concept of type two fun.
Okay.
So it's like type one fun would be like something that's fun, like in the moment, like at the beach. You're having everybody's having a great time. It's a party. Type two fun, you look back at it and it's really fun. For instance, our van broke down in a gulch, like in a valley in the middle of nowhere near Bozeman, Montana, which was a little nerve-wracking because we remember Adam, we didn't have any cell service.
Correct.
Like we missed a few gigs. That it took forever to repair the van, but we broke down on a river on the Gallatin,
Yeah.
and we were like swimming. And I've never hitchhiked. I had to hitchhike to. And looking back, like that terrible day of tour was actually like a lot of fun.
And did that episode become a song?
Oh yeah. Immediately.
It did. It did actually. Bro, it's not, it won't be on this tour, but Broken Down in Bozeman has become a song. Good question.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so great to hear about that. So, you've had the luxury of working with some pretty talented fellow musicians as well, and bands that you back often. Talk a little bit about that, and then also tell me the Foghat story.
Go,
Oh
Adam.
yeah. Well, I'll start with the Foghat story, which is last year our the entire trailer was stolen, which
Terrible.
contained all our road gear and stuff. And so our fans came through. We're over it. Honestly, no big deal. We've moved on. We've replaced all our gear, but part of that was the generosity of the band Foghat, who reached out to us.
Crazy.
They got word somehow, and then they reached out to us, and Roger offered up like a backup kit and was like, I've got a bunch of gear. So I have a full set of Roger cymbals and cymbal stands and a kick pedal and some hardware and road gear and stuff like that, which is gifted from Roger Earl of Foghat directly. And so we're friends. We're playing a show with
The
them.
day he gifted it, I mean, he showed up at the New York City winery and took it out of his trunk. It was incredible.
Come
And
on.
then, uh, with no rehearsal or anything, he was like, yeah, we were just basically like sort of like that moment in Superbad where, or I don't know, it's some show where it's like he asks his teacher out, like, hey, you want to dance? Like we were just like, hey, Roger, do you want to like play in our set? You want to play a song? And he was like, yeah, sure. So that day we also played Sweet Home Chicago with Roger Earl from Foghat at that show in New York. So I don't know. Like
Awesome.
that is not my normal experience. We've had some great experiences with musicians, but like it was like a movie. It was crazy.
Kind of surreal, no doubt. And that show's coming up, I think, this weekend, right? Pretty
Yeah.
soon.
Right after Thanksgiving, we get to go, and they've been so generous to us on their social media and having us out. So that'll really be very cool. And like you asked, it's sort of connected to we're kind of like have this 70s rock mentality and style in a lot of ways. And that's very much like serendipitously connected with all these 70s rock dudes,
Right.
mostly dudes, that we've got to connect with. We've toured a ton with Al Stewart, the Year of the Cat guy, but truly a friend of ours is the drummer of Bad Company, Simon Kirk. We made an album together. We've played shows together. He's guested on shows. Like yeah, it's kind of funny to think about. We those are probably our two biggest shows ever. Is opening for Bad Company, which was
Right.
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we're so looking forward to it. We're going to have the Empty Pockets in coming up on Thursday, December 5th here at Thrasher Opera House. It's going to be a great show for us. You guys are going to be headed out on a little bit of run doing some mistletoe tunes. I'll get it right sooner or later, right? Shows here in the next few weeks too. Talk a little bit about the tour.
Yeah, we're from Chicago and this happens to kind of hit close to home. It's a great, I keep telling people when they ask, it's kind of like a Great Lakes thing. We're kind of going from Minnesota through Wisconsin here. It's like Ann Arbor and Cleveland area.
It is a Great Lakes thing because we're hitting Cleveland.
It's an excellent Great Lakes thing. And it
Yeah.
ends, I guess, a little east of that in my hometown in New Haven and
We're going to
Saratoga
Woodstock,
Springs.
Vermont, where they have a strict rule about the color of the lights, like Christmas lights you could put up. Only white lights in Woodstock, Vermont, and they're very proud of it. So I'm excited to go see their elaborate Christmas decorations.
Wow. No rules like that here, so you don't have to adhere by those strict guidelines by any
Good.
means, but
Colored lights. I
Colored
want to see
lights.
colored lights as we drive to the Thrasher Opera House.
yeah, you bet. Hey guys, thanks so much for your time today. We certainly do appreciate it. Looking forward to you guys coming on in here on Thursday, December 5th. Safe travels, and we'll talk to you guys real soon.
Thanks so much, Jason.
Looking
And
forward
Appreciate
to
really
it.
it.
looking forward. Come out to the show. It's going to be a great time.
It's going to be great. Yeah.